Phew! We're finally here.
Yes! We made it!
Have you been looking forward to the holidays as much as I have?
Goodness, is this suitcase heavy?
I'll just bet everybody's already waiting for us.
Say, look here. The door is standing open.
Hello in there. Is anybody home? Hello? Aunt Fanny, Uncle Quentin, George, Tim. That's strange. After all, they knew that we're coming today.
Maybe they didn't hear us. I'm going inside.
Right. I'm really quite hungry after our journey, and I'm sure Aunt Fanny has made some of her wonderful sandwiches for us.
Well, they really can't be very far away, or else the door wouldn't be standing wide open. I'll look around a bit out here. Look! There's a note! Too bad. It's almost impossible to make it out. I'll take it along anyway and show it to the others.
Well, have you found them?
No, only a note that was fastened onto the door. It's rather difficult to read, though.
The writing is totally blurred.
Just as I told you.
Somehow we've got to figure out what the note said.
Look here. You can still see traces where the pen pressed into the notepad.
Somehow we've got to make them visible.
But how can we do it?
This pencil might be useful to us.
What do you intend to do with the pencil?
Let's see if we can recognize anything if I shade over the traces very lightly with the pencil. Right! Here's something about heavy storm probably coming, and A for you. Perhaps something about a key. Down here it says, hurry, and here is your Aunt Fanny.
I don't understand it at all. Wherever can they be? I hope nothing has happened.
Don't worry, little sister. We'll find out what's going on, all right?
Won't we, though? I suggest that you two bring in the suitcases and carry them upstairs. Meanwhile, I'll have a look around. After all, the note said something about hurry. Maybe we're supposed to follow them somewhere. little reward for Timmy won't do any harm. A kettle like this might be quite practical. Too bad it's empty. Lovely fresh Kirin cottage water. It's always delicious. Now this certainly doesn't belong here. Someone must have forgotten and left this here. Well, you don't say. Mirror, mirror on the wall. I'll just pack this too. For when somebody has a screw loose. Gosh, I can hardly lift this. Well, you don't say. Gosh, this is heavy. Everybody blows a fuse once in a while. Oh dear. If I remove this, then everything else will fall down too. And then Aunt Fanny will be cross. Digging holes has always been a favourite sport of mine. Just what I need. Binoculars! I'm sure George won't mind if I borrow them just this once. It's a bit large actually, but I'll take it along anyway. That looks very strange. There's a silver tower on our island. I'd be quite interested to know what's going on over there.
Oh, hello, Dick. Are you all back again?
Right! It's It's the summer holes, you know. But tell me, have you seen George and her parents? Or Timmy?
Of course. They rode over to the island very early this morning. Your uncle is carrying out some very secret experiments over there.
What kind of experiments do you mean?
I have no idea. But they've certainly got something to do with the tower on the island. That's what George told me. For now, she's only allowed to go to the island when your uncle gives her specific permission. She's rather put out. After all, it's her island. I'll need these back.
Hello, Timmy. Where did you come from then?
Timmy, come right back here. Why, Dick, you've already arrived. That's great.
Hello, George. Am I ever glad to see you?
George, Tim, where have you got to this time? Oh, hello, Dick. I wasn't expecting you until much later.
Hello, Aunt Fanny. We arrived a few minutes ago, and I was just looking for you.
But I left a note on the door. Didn't you see it then?
Of course. But the writing was so washed out by the rain that we weren't able to read it. Also, the door of Kirin Cottage was standing open when we arrived, so of course we were a little worried.
I don't understand that at all. Normally I lock the door whenever I go out. I hope no one has broken in.
Nonsense. Everything was completely hectic this morning because Uncle Quentin caused such a panic.
I hope you're right. Nonetheless, I want to get back to the house as quickly as possible. And I'm certain that you're all half-starved, aren't you?
Oh, it's not too bad yet.
Bye, Alf. Come, Timmy.
See you later.
No, I'm really certain that I did not leave the door open. First, I've got to welcome Anne and Julian, and then I'll check more carefully whether anything has been taken.
What has Timmy found over there?
It looks like a footprint. Why didn't you notice it before?
No idea. One of the suitcases was probably covering it.
Let's take a closer look at it. Who except for Father has such big feet?
No idea.
A piece of the heel is missing. It has just broken off. Perhaps there really was a thief. If we can find the owner of the footprint, then we'll have found our burglar.
Well, yes, but that alone won't prove anything.
We'll see about that. First, we'll to make a cast of the footprint, to be on the safe side.
But how can we do that?
We could make a plaster mould.
Good idea. That just might work.
Got it.
We should mix the plaster quickly. It's going to start raining in a minute.
I can't use it with that. Better an empty tin than none at all. Got it. Got it. Got it. Hello, Julian. You're quite a professional at unpacking suitcases, aren't you?
Hi, George. You're not offering to help me by any chance, are you?
Forget it! You know I'm useless at it. Say, could I have that plastic bag?
Of course, no problem. But that's what our shoes were wrapped in.
That's all right. Thanks.
I'm almost finished. Then I'll come downstairs.
can't use it with that. Got it. We should put something heavy on the plastic bag so that it doesn't fly away. Now quickly, to the table, before Mother gets annoyed.
Oh man, I'm ravenous.
Yum! Well, Aunt Fanny, you've made some first-class sandwiches again.
Thank you, but the credit goes to your sister. She had already made most of them before I came back.
Doesn't Uncle Quentin even come home to eat, Aunt Fanny?
Unfortunately not. For now he is staying day and night on the island to carry out his experiment.
What kind of experiments?
That I couldn't tell you. I only know that they are very important and extremely secret.
That's why we're not allowed on the island at all this summer, even though it belongs to me.
I know, George. We gave it to you as a gift because you all found the gold treasure. But the island is the one safe place of your father's work. The water forms a moat around it so that no one will be hurt by the experiments.
Nonetheless, I think it's unfair.
I'm sorry, George, but that is simply how it is. By the way, I would like to ask you to take these papers to the lighthouse. Mr. Pottersham wanted some more information from your father, and I think he meant this packet.
Who is this Mr. Pottersham?
A government official who is observing Quentin's experiments from the mainland.
I say, this all sounds very exciting.
If you find it so exciting, you can come along, Julian. Don't you find that rather strange?
What do you mean?
Well, Father's extremely secret documents are now supposed to be passed on to somebody else.
Why is that strange? After all, Mr. Pottersham works for the government. Perhaps Uncle Quentin's experiments are for the government, and that's why they're so secret.
Well, perhaps you're right. Let's go. Yes, Timmy, of course you can come. Oh, Timmy, what did you do? We could actually take a quick look at the papers right now, couldn't we?
Well, it's really none of your business, you know.
Oh, don't make such a fuss. We can't help it if the envelope opened on its own.
Nonetheless,
We're not stealing a state secret, but we should be sure that we deliver it into the right hands.
well, all right then.
There's a book in the packet. Read something from it.
It's full of formulas. No idea what they mean.
Look, there's even a letter. Read it out loud.
All right. It says here that the book contains what are probably the most important research results from Uncle Quentin's latest project. He writes that work on the island is very dangerous. That's why he purposely did not want to take this book with him to the island. And in order to prevent the results from winding up in the wrong hands, the most important part of his work is not even in the book.
Can you make anything out of all that?
Not exactly.
I still find it strange that we're supposed to hand this over to someone else.
Oh, come on now, George. We don't even know what this is all about. We don't understand the letter at all. This Pottersham will certainly know what it all means.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm afraid of. Hello, Mr. Loomer. Doesn't Mr. Pottersham have a room here with you?
Hello, George. Yes, he lives here, all right.
Can we see him?
Uh-huh. He's not here yet.
Where is he then?
As far as I know, on the island.
What does he want over there?
To visit the professor, he says.
What is he really doing here in the lighthouse?
How should I know? Mostly he sits at the computer. And sometimes he looks at the island and the tower with his binoculars.
Does he go very often?
Yes, regularly. But tell me, what are you really after?
We've got a packet for Mr. Pottersham.
I can give it to him if you like.
Thank you, but we would really rather take it to his room ourselves. It is something very important, you see.
As far as I'm concerned, you can. But first I want to remove this screw from the hinge. You'll just have to wait until I'm finished.
Well, that will hardly take very long.
Not too long. But the screw is tiny and rusted into place. My screwdriver is much too large.
Could we possibly help?
What I really need is a smaller screwdriver. Many thanks. Now I can finally remove the door. You see, I want to strip it and paint it again.
It seems to be high time.
Right, Miss Know-It-All. Now you can go inside if you like. The guest room is ahead, to the right.
Have you got any idea what the password might be?
Perhaps Quentin. Drat.
Oh, come on. Forget it. Just guessing won't get us anywhere. Besides, the chap will notice that we were on his computer.
Really, one shouldn't meddle in other people's affairs.
What are you doing in my room? And how did you get in?
Oh, you really scared me. It's all right, Timmy. We were waiting for you. Quiet, Tim. We were supposed to bring you this. Mother said that they are important papers from Dad.
Yes, and we were supposed to hand them over to you personally. That's the reason why Mr. Loomer let us in.
Ah, yes, of course. The document.
Quiet, Tim, or you've got to go outside.
It's really nice of you to have waited for me.
That's quite enough, Tim. Get out of here. Sorry about that. Actually, he's very friendly.
No need to apologize. After all, nothing happened. So then, please convey my humble thanks to your mother.
We will do. Right, Julian?
Of course. And now we've got to be on our way.
Well, have you handed over your important packet?
Yes.
Have you seen Timmy?
I certainly did. He took off in the direction of Kirin Cottage.
Well, he does know the way.
Come along, George. Let's go along too. It's late already and it will soon be dark.
There you are at last. Now up to your rooms, quickly.
You were gone such a long time. It's dark already.
We had a quick look round in Pottersham's room. And one thing's for sure, we've got to keep our eye on him.
But why?
For one thing, he now has Father's papers, but also because Timmy wouldn't stop growling at him.
By the way, where is Timmy?
We thought that he'd come home.
I made him leave Pottersham's room because he was behaving so badly.
Oh, he probably just wanted to chase rabbits again.
Nonsense! Timmy! Thank goodness!
What has Timmy got in his mouth?
A boot with a broken heel.
Look, George! This boot matches the print in the front of the house, doesn't it?
Oh no! The cast! We'd forgotten all about it. It must be dry by now.
It'll be all right. After all, you covered it with a plastic bag, didn't you?
One of us should go and fetch it anyway. I'm really curious to see whether the boot and the cast are a match.
Shall I fetch it then?
Please do. And I'll bet that the boot and our cast are exactly the same.
And where do you think you're going, young man?
Oh, Aunt Fanny.
That's right. I was on my way upstairs to ask you what this piece of plastic is that I found in the garden.
We were making a cast of the footprint in front of the house, and we used the plastic bag to protect the plaster from the rain.
But why on earth do you need a plaster cast of a footprint?
To catch the intruder, of course.
Nonsense. There was no intruder, Dick. I probably didn't shut the door tightly enough, and the wind blew it open. The latch hasn't worked properly for quite a while.
But how do you explain that footprint then?
I have no idea, but it certainly wasn't made by any intruder.
May I fetch the cast anyway?
No, you may not. I want you to go to bed. Your adventures will just have to wait until tomorrow.
We've got a real problem. I wasn't able to get around Aunt Fanny. She's guarding the door like a watchdog and won't allow me to go downstairs.
But that doesn't matter. After all, the plastic bag will protect the cast.
No, that's just the problem. Aunt Fanny took the bag away.
Oh dear, I think the storm is getting closer.
Oh, that's all we need. If it starts raining now, our cast will be nothing but mud tomorrow.
You're right. And without the cast, we'll never be able to prove that the boot belongs to the intruder.
We absolutely must have that cast.
Yes, but how can we fetch it while Aunt Fanny is guarding the door?
I'll try it again. Perhaps she's given up by now.
I thought you were going to bed quite a while ago.
Oh, all right. We haven't a chance. Aunt Fanny is still standing there.
But there must be some way of getting downstairs.
I've got an idea. If we could somehow distract Aunt Fanny, then Dick could creep past her.
That's a great idea. But how can we draw her attention away?
Here's what we'll do. Anne and I will return to our room. Then Julian calls Mother in so that we can say goodnight. Dick goes into the bathroom, and as soon as Mother comes to our room, he can sneak quickly downstairs.
Great. That's exactly what we'll do.
I'm not sure. I just hope it works.
Aunt Fanny, the girls wanted to wish you good night.
Are you all in bed at last? But where's Dick?
Oh, he's still busy in the bathroom.
In that case, I'll pop into Anne and George then.
Well, you don't say. That won't get you anywhere. all right now. I've got the cast.
Great! And Aunt Fanny didn't notice a thing.
That won't get you anywhere. Well, you don't say. Aha! Just as I thought. It's an exact match.
Now all we need is the other boot. Then we'll have our intruder.
If there was an intruder at all, dear cousin. But now it's time to go to bed. We can't do any more with the weather like this anyway.
Oh, gosh, am I tired?
Oh, all right. We'll go back to our room now. But tomorrow we'll search for the other boot.
Please open the door, George. You're closest.
Goodness, Timmy! Whatever is the matter? Goodness, Timmy! What have you got this time? Here's a reward for you. You see? What a good dog he is. Mr. Pottersham!
Good morning, my dear. I brought you a letter from your father. I rode over to the island today at the crack of dawn.
Thank you very much.
Not at all. And now I would like to ask you to do a little favour for me.
And what exactly did you want?
Unfortunately, the book that you brought me yesterday doesn't contain quite all the information I need. And so I wondered whether you might let me look around in your father's study for a moment. I'm searching for something like the plans that give the instructions about the experiments on the island. And a big girl like you certainly wants to help her father all she can. Is that right?
I'm sorry, but the study is locked, and I haven't got the key.
Oh, blast. Of course, the door is locked. In that case, there's not much we can do about it, is there? Well, never mind. Bye for now.
Well, Timmy, what do you have to say about that? How could Pottersham possibly know that the study door is locked? You can't bear him, can you? Well, I don't blame you. I don't like him either. And this letter was merely an excuse to come to the house. I think we had best talk this over in our secret hiding place. I'm back again. Is there anything to eat?
Who was at the door just now?
Pottisham. But first, let's go to our secret hiding place. Then I'll tell you everything.
All right.
Who was that?
Pottisham.
What did he want?
Not here. We'll meet in our secret hiding place.
All right.
Who was that at the door?
Pottisham. First, let's go to our secret hiding place. Then I'll tell you everything.
Of course.
What happened? Why was Timmy so upset?
It was Pottisham. Timmy finds him absolutely unbearable.
Is that so? And what did Mr. Pottisham want?
He gave me a letter from Father.
How very nice of him. Well, don't you want to read the letter?
Oh, he probably just wants to apologise because I'm not allowed to go to my own island. That I can read later.
You shouldn't be so stubborn, George. Your father is engaged in some very dangerous work at the moment. He's using the island only because it's safer over there.
All right, Mother. Are the rest of you finished with breakfast? It's really beautiful weather for a change. We're going down to the beach, Mother.
What a good idea. You can get some fresh air while I do my ironing up here in peace.
Well then, George, what's going on?
It all has to do with Pottisham's visit this morning.
But why? There's nothing that special about delivering a letter, is there?
I'm convinced that the letter was merely an excuse. What he really wanted was a reason to come to Kirin Cottage.
Oh dear. Has he noticed that we're looking at his computer?
I don't think so. He wanted some papers from the study, and when I told him that the study was locked, he muttered, "Oh yes, of course." In other words, he already knew that the room was locked.
That means that he'd been there before.
Our intruder! That's amazing. What shall we do now?
That won't get you anywhere. Here, you read it, Julian.
All right. Uncle Quentin says that he's well and that he and Pottisham are making progress with the experiments. And he asked you, George, to bring him some supplies. Tuna sandwiches and some homemade lemonade.
Ridiculous! Father loathes tuna. He'd never eat a tuna sandwich. Never!
Are you saying that the letter isn't really from Quentin?
Let me look at it. It's certainly his handwriting, all right.
Well, it's no big mystery, really. You know how peculiar your father can be at times. Perhaps he suddenly had a craving for tuna and lemonade.
Maybe. But have you all noticed how the letter even smells like lemons?
Yes, you're right.
My goodness! Lemon juice can be used as secret ink. Quentin has sent George a secret message. We've got to figure out what it says.
Now then, how can we make the secret writing legible?
Don't ask me. I'm not Sherlock Holmes.
Yes, it's working. I can see something already. Spying? Pottersham? Afraid?
Be careful, Dick!
Oh, bother.
It's burning, help!
It's all right. There's no harm done. But we've got to think of another method.
I still say we can do it with the candle. Let's try it again, shall we?
No, absolutely not. We might end up burning the entire letter.
Well, old boy, have you got any better suggestions?
How about you and Anne returning to Kieran Cottage and looking about for another way of heating the paper? Meanwhile, George and I will visit the lighthouse again. I recalled seeing a boot in Pottersham's wardrobe. But unfortunately, he walked into the room just as I was about to investigate it.
Yes, I'll bet that it matches the boot that Timmy dragged back.
That's precisely what we want to find out.
It sounds like a good idea. Do you all agree?
Yes! So do I. I've got a good idea how we can heat the letter. Come along, Dick. I'll explain it to you on the way. Hello, Aunt Fanny.
Anne, I thought you were all down at the beach.
Actually, we were... That is, we will be in a minute. But... might we possibly borrow the iron for a few minutes?
No, absolutely not. I've got a huge pile of clothes to iron, and I've still got the shopping to think of.
May I help you, Aunt Fanny?
That's very nice of you, Anne. My goodness, what's happened now? Oh, just what I needed. A power cut right in the middle of my ironing. Oh, there seems to be a burnt-out fuse. Well, I'll need to get into town and buy a new one. Otherwise the freezer will thaw out. Dick, would you please tell Anne that I don't need any help at the moment?
Of course I will, Aunt Fanny. Well, that was a piece of cake. Now for part 2 of our plan.
What did you do?
I put an old fuse in the fuse box. Now Aunt Fanny will have to go into town to replace it.
And how shall we heat the letter?
These things don't belong together. Well, you don't say.
Well done, Dick.
You know I always come up with something.
No need to boast.
Yes, now we'll be able to do it.
Be very careful. Don't let the iron get too hot. Come here, let me do it.
I'm being spied upon, probably by Pottersham. I'm very worried about the results of my research work. Can't trust anyone except you children. We'll send you a light signal today at exactly 12 noon. If everything is all right, I'll send a... Oh no! The rest is burnt!
Oh dear, this sounds quite frightening.
It certainly does. We've got to inform Julian and George.
Hello, Mr. Loomer.
Hello, George. What do you want down here this time?
We don't really know ourselves.
Actually, we were only following Timmy. He's on the trail of something.
Well, if you wanted to see Mr. Pottersham, I'm afraid I've got to disappoint you. He is in, but the door is freshly painted and can't be touched until tomorrow morning.
But what about Pottersham?
He's quite happy. He's simply going to stay inside the house and work until the paint's dry. If you want to talk to him, you've got to go round to the window. Get out of here.
I'll bring it back at once. Got it. Now it's finished. Let's take a look. That won't get you anywhere.
Get out of here.
All right, all right. Got it. Now it's finished. Let's take a look. Bother! The wardrobe is closed. We shan't be able to check for the boot after all. Wait a moment. I can see Pottersham. He's sitting at his computer and typing something in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 asterisks. That must be his password.
Come on, Anne. Let's get back to the hiding place. I'm curious about the letter. Dick and Anne should have figured it out by now.
Listen, we haven't brought the letter with us. We left it in the kitchen for Aunt Fanny to read.
Were you able to make out the secret writing?
Yes, with the help of Aunt Fanny's iron. Uncle Quentin is going to send us a signal from the tower at 12 o'clock precisely.
Then we've really got to hurry.
Yes, but where is the best place to see the signal?
Right here on the beach.
No, it's not. The best view is from the guest room in Kirin Cottage because it's much higher.
Oh, bother. We'll make it if we run really fast.
Well then, let's go.
But I can't run so fast.
Then Anne and I shall stay down here with Timmy, and you two meet us here in a few minutes.
Well, can you see anything?
Oh, bother. It's too far away to see anything.
Of course you can't see anything with your naked eye.
I certainly can. There, the light is signalling. Here it is. 3 long flashes, then 1, 2, 3 short ones.
Bother. We've got to do something.
First, let's go back to the others.
Well, has Father sent us a message?
He certainly has. An SOS.
Oh no, that sounds like trouble.
Not necessarily. After all, Uncle Quentin wrote that he'd send us a signal, so everything must be all right.
Really, Anne, you don't understand anything.
Just relax, George. I'm sure he's still all right, or he wouldn't have been able to send the signal.
Will someone please explain to me what you're talking about?
Uncle Quentin used the International Morse code signal for danger. 3 short, 3 long, 3 short means danger.
But he only sent 3 long and 3 short flashes.
How should I know? Perhaps we missed the first 3 signals.
And what does SOS stand for?
It's not SOS, Anne, but SOS. That means save our souls, in case of a shipwreck.
A shipwreck? Is Uncle Quentin trying to tell us that he's had an accident with the boat?
Oh, really? Sometimes you say the funniest things. Anne, what Father is telling us is that he needs our help.
Exactly. We've got to help him somehow, and that means we must row over to the island immediately.
But Aunt Fanny was firm that we would not be allowed on the island this summer.
Think about it a minute, sis. What is more important, to help Uncle Quentin or to obey Aunt Fanny and leave Uncle Quentin to fend for himself?
But I'm afraid.
No reason to be afraid. We're all here with you.
That's right. We're on our way. Come on, Timmy.
Hello, Mr. Connell.
Hello to all of you. Where are you going?
To the island. Could you perhaps tell us the best way to get there?
Of course. It's not so easy at the moment because of the low tide. There are some cliffs immediately in front of the island, and reefs directly under the surface as well. There's only one approach to the island.
Don't look so worried, Anne. This is one of our easier adventures.
Let's go! Come on, you lot, and thanks for the directions.
Bon voyage, then.
No, we can't get through this way.
Now we're on the right track.
What should we do now?
I think we ought to separate. George, Timmy and I will go onto the tower. Julian and Anne will set off in the opposite direction.
Sounds good to me. Come along, Anne.
Look! There's Father! Oh, Father, look! We're here!
Oh no! Don't close the door, Uncle Quentin! Wait! Locked. What bad luck. I can't get it open. It's bolted shut. We've got to come up with another idea.
I'll go fetch the others.
Good idea. In the meantime, I'll try to get Uncle Quentin's attention. I bet this'll burn really well. Now, I hope Uncle Quentin will notice the smoke.
Here we are, Dick.
But why did you make a fire, Dick? Whoa, it's really making quite a bit of smoke, isn't it?
That's the idea. Uncle Quentin has gone up into the tower, but if he sees the smoke, perhaps he'll come down again.
Right you are. However, I must get back to my work.
Father!
Yes. Would you be so kind as to tell me what you're doing here on the island?
We received an SOS message from you.
An SOS? Nonsense! I sent the signal for everything is fine, just as we agreed upon.
Oh, I'm afraid we've made a mistake then.
Perhaps you did. But now it's far too dangerous for you to stay here. And in any case, I really haven't got any time to waste.
Wait! Uncle Quentin! We wanted to tell you that there's been an intruder at Kieran Cottage.
Right, and we think that it was your colleague, Mr. Pottersham.
I've got a rather uneasy feeling about him myself.
But what can we do, Father?
Well, I must stay here in any case. My experiments are at a critical point. But actually, you could help me. Georgina, here is the key to my study. Please check whether all 4 sections of my plans are still there. These drawings hold the key to my work, and if anything goes wrong in the last phase of my experiments, someone could still work out the correct conclusions using these drawings.
All right, Father. Where can we find the 4 parts that make up the plans?
Rat, the generator is overcharging again. I've got to go upstairs, or there will be an explosion that could destroy the entire island. What's that you're saying? Oh yes, the plans. Actually, I'm not entirely sure where they are. You see, I hid each of the 4 sections in a different place, and as I recall, one had something to do with a fish.
What kind of fish, Father?
Run along, children. Quickly now.
Come on then. Let's start searching for those plans.
Perhaps one of us should go to the lighthouse and keep an eye on Pottersham. Who knows what he might be up to?
Good idea. I'll go.
Listen, if we want to move quickly, I suggest we all split up.
I agree. I'll take a look at the guest room.
And I'll check the kitchen.
I might have known. All right then. I'll investigate the study. Yes, Timmy, of course you can come with me. All right, let's start working. Gosh, the room looks dreadful. If there hasn't been a break-in, I'll eat my hat. Careful that you don't cut your nose on that broken glass, Timmy.
Well, did you come up with anything?
No, nothing at all.
And I haven't got anything either.
Well, I didn't find anything that might help us either.
That means that the intruder got here before us. Pottersham, probably.
So you think that Pottersham already has the drawing?
I don't really think so, because then he would already be gone. Besides, he wanted something from the study this morning, and as I recall, he mentioned something about a drawing or blueprint.
That means we've got to keep searching.
But there's no place left to look. We've already searched everywhere.
Somehow, we need to figure out what Uncle Quentin meant by his reference to the fish.
His study is filled with books. Perhaps the drawing is in a book about fish.
Yes, that's possible, but we might have to spend an awfully long time looking for it.
Perhaps there's someone we could ask. How about Elf? He's the expert on fish.
Be careful with that fish. It's the first fish my father caught. He was only 12 years old at the time.
How do you know that?
He told me this story recently. He's becoming quite sentimental, actually. He loves going through his old logbook again. It brings back all his old memories. Now that is a truly special fish. Caught it myself.
And what's so special about that?
Well, I couldn't figure out what kind of fish it was. So I took it to my father. He leafed through a huge book all about ocean fish and came up with something that really surprised us. It's really quite funny that you want to know something about this particular fish, because it's from the South Sea Islands.
What is it doing hanging here then?
My grandfather caught it near Australia. He sailed every sea in the world in his day. I say, take a closer look at this fish. Don't you think there's something peculiar about it?
Not really. What do you mean?
It's still in one piece, even though it's meant to have been in the stomach of a whale.
Who told you that story?
Your father, of course. As a young man, he once shipped out on a whaler. And whenever he talks about it, he says that he felt exactly like Captain Ahab in Moby Dick. That's his favourite book, by the way.
Ready? Let's go to work then.
You're taller than I am, Julian. You've got to hand the books down to me.
All right. Where do you think we should start?
I'll bet there's something in his old logbook.
Here's the book, but there are no papers in it.
There must be a book about saltwater fish somewhere in here.
Right, but there's nothing in it.
Perhaps there's a book about Australia.
Yes, here's one. But there's no slip of paper in it.
Let me look at that copy of Moby Dick. I'm sure it must be the right book. Look here, there's an envelope, and it's got a bit of the plan.
Great, we found what we were looking for then.
And here's another slip of paper. Father drew something on it. It looks rather like a butterfly.
Perhaps that's a clue to find the next section of the plan.
This is great! Julian was right. Here's part 2. And on the note is... I think it's a ship. You were right. I found part 2 and another slip of paper.
What's on it?
It looks like a ship. A jolly good model ship. Oh, there is a secret drawer. Hurrah! It's part 3. We're doing quite well. And here's another slip of paper.
Let me see it. Can you recognise what that is?
I imagine that is supposed to be the rug in this room.
Let's have a look at it then.
A secret safe. A clever chap, my father. But did the intruder find it too? You can't open it like that. You can't open it like that. You can't open it like that. An envelope with part 4. Oh, bother, it's empty.
Drat! Pottersham was already here.
It opens and closes. Great fun. We really ought to tell Dick and Anne what we found as soon as possible.
Hello, where have you been then?
We're carrying out the most difficult sort of detective work, dear cousin, and that requires a bit of time.
And have you master detectives discovered anything?
We'll tell you about it on the way. We've got to get back to Dick.
Have you got the plans?
Only the first 3 sections of it. I bet Pottersham has the 4th.
Nothing much is happening here. I don't think Pottersham is even at home.
Oh, it's you! It's very nice of you to want to help me, but I'm almost finished.
Mr. Loomer, we're certain that it was Mr. Pottersham who broke into Kieran Cottage.
That's a very serious accusation, children. How can you prove it?
Look here. This piece of cloth was caught on the broken glass from the window of the study. And this is a cast of the footprint we found in the front of the house. No one except Father has such big feet. But Father is on the island.
This is dreadful.
Exactly.
Pottersham wanted to steal important plans from Father. Thank goodness he wasn't able to find all the sections, though.
Then he's really committed a crime. And you did a capital job in solving it. But for now, you better go home and leave the rest to the police. I'll go and fetch them right now.
Now the coast is clear. We can make a thorough search of Pottersham's room for the missing plans.
But isn't that too dangerous? What if he returns?
Anne is right. Dick, you go in by yourself and we'll stay here on guard. We'll warn you if Pottisham comes.
Really, one shouldn't meddle in other people's affairs. Yes! It's the second boot, all right. It matches the one we've got at home exactly. How did that go again? The password had 5 letters. It's no use trying to figure it out. I don't want that jacket. It's torn. I don't know the password. Yes! It's the second boot, all right. It matches the one we've got at home exactly. I don't know the password. What have we got here? One of these words is sure to be the password. That was it! Now let's take a look. This seems to be the 4th part of Uncle Quentin's plans. Pottisham had already scanned it into the computer. Amazing. The chap really didn't waste any time. Here's an email that he sent only an hour ago. Professor has almost completed his work, but he refuses to let go of the plans. I'm on my way to the island to persuade him that if he's sensible, he'll turn the plans and the special lens over to me. Contact you later, Pottisham. Oh no, this is frightful! Come over here, all of you. This note sounds rather frightful.
What's wrong?
I've come across an email Pottisham wrote to his boss. He's on his way to the island to force Uncle Quentin to hand over the rest of the plans and the special lens.
Force him?
That's what it sounds like. As if he doesn't intend to be too nice about it.
Poor Uncle Quentin.
You can hardly expect me to wait here until the police arrive, can you?
No, of course not. Let's be on our way. We've got to go to the island.
But we'll be putting ourselves in danger as well if we row by ourselves.
I'd prefer to wait for the police too.
Well, the police are sure to find the email on the computer, and they'll come right away. If Uncle Quentin is in danger, I think we must try to help him immediately. If we separate, we'll be able to find Uncle Quentin faster.
I agree. Each of us should go in a different direction.
And what do we do if one of us finds him?
We'll use our secret call, like we always do.
seems to be Uncle Quentin's room. This must be the lens that Pottersham mentioned in his email. I'll take it along for safety's sake. There doesn't seem to be anything else of interest here. I'll check the other rooms. Julian, Anne, George, Timmy, are you here?
They're here, all right, you rascal. I've got them here with me. And you are guest number 6. Move along now.
Let me go!
Struggling won't help your friends now, lad. Down you go into the cellar. So, I won't be having any more trouble from you. And as for you, Professor, you'd best give me the rest of the plans right now, or something unpleasant might happen to your young roughnecks here.
You're making a serious mistake. We've already found the other parts of the plans, and the police are on their way.
Right, they'll be here any minute now.
Only an idiot would believe that story.
But it's true. You don't think that we're afraid of you, do you?
You pests. It doesn't matter, though. I'll just leave you all here and run for it.
Pottersham, listen. The generator is about to overcharge, and then... Consider the children at least.
But the police are on their way, right? Let them rescue you.
What did you mean by "and then," Father?
If the generator overcharges, more and more energy rays collect at the tip and move downward. In the end, they'll blow the island out of the water, and us along with it.
That's terrible. There must be something we can do.
What should I do now, Uncle Quentin?
First, you must switch off the generator, and then set us free.
I've shut the generator down, Uncle. What next?
Now get us out of here, lad. For that, we need the special lens. Excellent, my boy. It just might work. But if I could deflect the rays somehow... You've got to get us out of here, Dick. Quickly! Just as I thought. One fuse for both locks.
Dick, you're a genius!
Quickly! Let's get out of here!
We've got to catch that criminal Pottersham before he gets away.
Right, after him! Run, Timmy! Catch him! Well done, Timmy! Pottersham, you're really an utter scoundrel. You might have killed us all.
What on earth?
Catch him, Timmy!
Confound it! Go away, you dim-witted hound! What's going on here? There you are. Is everything all right?
Everything's perfectly fine, my dear Luma. But you're a bit too late. We've caught the rascal by ourselves.
That's right. Anyone who crosses the famous 5 is in for a surprise. We're not afraid of anything.
The island is exploding!
Except perhaps a bad thunderstorm.